Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. The Roads Minister says accelerated funding announced this morning for pothole repairs will be spent on state roads, not local roads in areas such as Port Stephens. The government is fast-tracking $155 million, taking the road maintenance funding pool to $1.25 billion for this financial year. It comes after severe weather in recent months has put substantial pressure on the road network. Port Stephens Council has been pleading for extra state and federal funding to repair Lemon Tree Passage and Madawi roads. Jenny Aitchison says this should be covered under disaster recovery funding.
This money is for roads on the state highway network in regional New South Wales. What we've seen with a lot of councils in the past is not claiming disaster recovery funding. Port Stephens Council, for example, had a $10 million investment as a commitment under the last election.
Another home has been added to the list of evacuated properties following the New Lambton landslip in May. Newcastle Council says an evacuation order was issued yesterday for a property adjoining the landslip danger zone in Victoria Street, which has now been expanded. The residents decided to self-evacuate after consulting their engineer. The home had already been included in assessments being undertaken by engineers engaged by Council. Council says no other evacuation orders have been made. Police are appealing for public help to find a teenage girl who's gone missing in the Maitland area. 14-year-old Cara Field-Smith was last seen at a home on Tipperary Drive, Ashtonfield, around 8 p.m. on Monday night, and there are concerns for her welfare due to her young age. Cara is described as being of Caucasian appearance, about 160 centimetres tall, with a thin build, long brown hair and blue eyes. She was last seen wearing a white Chicago Bulls hooded jumper, pink pants and shoes. Anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. Concerns this morning costs may rise on the construction of the $8.2 million Melville Ford Bridge. Construction and completion of the project has been delayed following heavy rain and flooding this month. Maitland Council says the damage still needs to be fully assessed before a new timeframe can be released, but significant delays are expected. Councillor Warwick Penfold says receiving money to fix road infrastructure can be difficult.
A lot of these flood events, we do get a bit of a kick from the state government to fix those, but funding for that is very slow. As of last week, we're still waiting a little bit of funding for road works from flood damage back in May. We still haven't received that funding yet, so
plans for a major electricity transmission project earmarked for the Hunter goes on public exhibition from today. The New South Wales Government has declared the Hunter transmission project between Bayswater and Araring as a state significant development. It will involve the building of major transmission lines as part of moves to cater for the future distribution of electricity from renewable sources. Project information is available on the Department of Planning, Housing and Infrastructure site, and comments are open until September 24. Newcastle hotelier Jerry Schwartz says the post office is closer to completion following the resolution of a drainage pipe issue. Council says the developer lodged an application with errors which have now been corrected, but blueprints still need to pass Heritage New South Wales. Jerry Schwartz says he'll want to get a move on with a state government $1 million grant conditional on a finished product within 2 years.
Made them realise that I am intense and that there is a deadline for this grant, that the post office has to be in use, renovated within 2 years. So I found that they had been getting very helpful for me.
To NURFM Sport.
Knights coach Adam O'Brien's future is set to be confirmed over the coming days, as it's reported his time at Newcastle will be over after this season. It's alleged O'Brien has lost the dressing room as the club looks down the barrel of a last place finish. A committee meeting took place last night where it was rumoured there was a mutual agreement made from both parties, with O'Brien set to receive a pay-up of up to $500,000 for the early cancellation of his contract. Meanwhile, Greg Marju and Jack Cogg will be using the week to prove their match fitness for this Sunday's clash with the Sharks. Both have been named to start in the match, in which there is no current changes to the lineup. And synthetic pitches in Newcastle are set to be considered by Hunter Rugby as rain has forced back the start of the final series. The idea will be similar to the fields used in the Lake Macquarie football facility at Spears Point, which have been crucial for the completion of the weather-affected northern New South Wales season. That's sport. I'm Jessie Dennett.
And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 10, 17, 26, 28, 29, 35 and 36, and the supplementaries are 24, 37 and 47. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.